What's Good Lifestyle Podcast? This is your boy Jared, and today I'm going to be talking about something that's kind of gotten exposed, and that's about Steve Harvey and the interview that he did with Shannon Sharpe. Now, all in all, the interview with Shannon Sharpe was really good because he was talking about how he grew up, how he made his money, how he got his chance in comedy, and how he was on tour with Bernie Mac, Cedric Entertainer, D.L. Hughley, and Jamie Foxx. And he was telling the story. But then it took a turn when he started talking about dating. Now, everybody knows that Steve came out with a book called Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man. They made 2 movies about it. Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Man 1 and 2. So, the premise of the book was how ladies can, quote unquote, get a sense of understanding of men if they acted and thought like men. Now, the problem is the way that men think. That shouldn't have been a book that Steve wrote about modern relationships, about dating. Because here's why. Steve Harvey is thinking about dating from a sense of what he's seeing with his mother and his father. He's not seeing what has happened in the dating market within the last 40 years. Now, Steve himself has been married 3 times, divorced twice. His first wife and his second wife cleaned him out. I would think that as an older man that got divorced twice by 2 different women that you couldn't get along with, I thought that you would have had more of an understanding of the way that things are in the dating world, but I guess not. So Steve is trying to give dating advice based upon his experiences and what he believes. He's currently married to his wife Marjorie Harvey, and they have a daughter by the name of Lori Harvey, which is his adopted daughter, and I believe another daughter on Marjorie's side. Now, Steve gives out sound advice, but here's one problem. Steve's daughter Lori is not even married, and we keep constantly seeing time and time again Lori fucking her life up, fucking with these rappers. Then she had a recent chance at a successful relationship with Michael B. Jordan, and the guy after Michael B. Jordan. They both tried to propose to her, and they both stated that they wanted to marry her. She turned and burned. She ran like motherfucking bat out of hell. So we can clearly see that Steve Harvey gives advice that within his own household is proven to be a failure of advice. So this premise of act like a lady, think like a man has got women thinking like men, and now in this sense becoming more entitled because they believe and they think that they understand men when they in fact do not. Damn, that must sound good. But the thing about this is this too. Why wasn't there a book that he wrote called Think Like a Lady, Act Like a Lady, Think Like a Lady? I'm trying to figure that out. Why is it that you want them to act like a lady and think like a man when in fact it's been proven time and time again that women, especially after reading that book, they don't have a good sense of dating and relationships and a good sense of men. Because let's be honest, the men that a lot of ladies nowadays are choosing are the thugnificent type of guys. They're the guys that you can tell ain't shit and ain't about nothing, but they still fuck around with them. And there's been times where ladies have said, we don't want the Russells because we don't want the Russells because the Russells are in our DMs, specific quote unquote, and they don't act like it seemed like they member don't work, or at least work good. So we have that on there. So you have that. Those guys leaving with babies and all this sorts of shit, and then boom, you have a generational curse. So what sparked this is Steve talking about dating, but Steve, like I said, Steve does not understand that this dating market that we're in nowadays is not even a good market. A lot of these ladies nowadays are being ran through. They are not good partners. They're not good. They wouldn't make good mothers because of the way their mindset is. And honestly, to me, it just seems like Steve's only ploy is to make money off of this, while in all not even following his own advice. See, Marjorie, all she used to date was drug dealers and thugs. Got pregnant by one, boom, Lori, there you go. So even in his own advice, it's proven that Steve doesn't follow his own advice. He's telling Modern Woman that he said on this interview with Shannon, women, what are you talking about? Women, what are you talking about? What women bring to the table? They can make another you. But here's the caveat to that: women cannot breed, cannot mate, cannot have children without a man's sperm. So that and all, he failed to understand that. He failed to realize that. 2, he said that men are supposed to take care of women, which yes, we should. But there needs to be an understanding of when you tell a man that you're strong, independent, and you don't need him, there's gonna come a time where that man's gonna start believing you and gonna start leaving you to your own devices and allowing you to make your own fuck-ups and mistakes. And that is the truth. Sorry to say it, but women, you have to understand that when you tell a man that you're strong, independent, and you don't need a man, when men hear that, we automatically go into the sense of, okay, she doesn't need me, so I'm going to go out and find somebody that actually does need me and require my guidance, protection, provision, and love. But nobody has seemed to inform Uncle Steve of this information. See, Steve, like I said, Steve is stuck in that old thought process of marriage. He doesn't understand that the way that this marriage market is in today's climate, it is not sustainable for marriage and for men to succeed. It is not a sustainable industry right now, due to the marriage laws, which in fact he dealt with something himself due to his ex-wife stealing money from him, and had his tax personnel in on it, and they was stealing money from him left and right. He thought he was paying taxes. Turns out they will cash in the checks and pocket in the money. That was with his second wife, not his first wife. But anywho, Steve's shown as proven time and time again that he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about, and his own stepdaughter is making him a mockery in the sense of we can't trust what this man is saying because he in his own household, they're not even following those rules and those guidance. So in actuality, should we start telling women to keep acting like a lady and thinking like a man, which they're not even acting like ladies at this point? Or should we tell women to start acting like a lady and thinking like a lady? Thinking like a respectable woman. Thinking like a woman that actually wants the best out of her life. Not just one that run out here and smash a whole bunch of dudes. That's the truth. And that's the honesty that's coming out today. That's the true motive of this video. Acting like a lady, think like a man, or act like a lady and think like a lady. Be a lady. Be a woman of value. Be a woman that does not go around just letting anybody sleep with her and have respect for herself. Or we continue to have ladies think like men and have men just ramrodding them every which way after Sunday, and then being upset and mad at the fact that they're not married because of their trauma. Will you let men just randomly have relations with you? You take on a part and piece of their energy and their trauma. You don't just scapegoat free and just have all the willy-nilly sex you want to just because you can. No, there's damage that comes along with that. And I've seen time and time again a lot of ladies having a lot of relations with a lot of men and having emotional damage, emotional issues, trust issues, pair bonding issues, not being able to trust that man to make adequate decisions due to their trauma. And that comes from just randomly having men inside of you and having relations with you. A lot of men have been saying this, and you constantly have these guys that proven themselves don't even have respectable and confident and sustainable relationships themselves. You constantly having them come on and basically telling you, oh, you do this, you sleep around with a whole bunch of guys, you have a whole bunch of body counts and stuff like this. And these guys have shown you shit, specifically Derrick Jaxn and Pastor Poppy Don. Poppy Don has a whole fucking criminal record for putting his hands on women, and Derrick Jaxn recently was found to have been cheating on his wife twice. Got exposed twice for doing it. And now look at him. Man's divorced. Man's still preaching preaching all this bullshit online, and women are still eating it up. So we need to start asking ourselves this. Should we still continue to allow these men that have proven that they don't understand what the fuck they're talking about? Or start telling women to start acting like a lady and thinking like a fucking lady instead of acting like a thought on Sunday, running around here like they in church getting blessed by all sorts of different men with semen on their face. Let's be honest here. And honestly, a lot of these ladies gonna catch hell later on in life, because apparently now there's something coming out talking about throat cancer. If you have a high likelihood of getting throat cancer if you have oral sex with several different men, and apparently it increases after you have 6 sexual partners. So apparently that's coming out now. So You do what the hell you want to do with this information and this video. But guys, start asking these women this. Are you gonna act like a lady and think like a lady, or are you gonna act like a lady and think like a man? Because you can't act like a lady and think like a man. It's contradictory as hell. And then also, with the notion of asking a lady, what do you bring to the table? I've said it time and time again. When men are asking women, what do they bring to the table? When asking women, do they bring love, respect? Do they bring a fresh, I don't want to say a fresh wound, but we're asking if you bring something more to the table than just to be a thought, a hope. Are you coming to the table with something other than your body? And that's honestly what men are asking. What are you bringing other than your body to the table? Because I can guarantee you one thing. Men want a woman that's loving, that's caring, that actually wants to do stuff in her life, and that's respectable. So, again, what are you bringing to the table other than your body? But anyways, like, share, subscribe to the channel, support the podcast on Spotify.com. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Thank you guys for listening. See you guys later. Bye, guys.